Hi everyone, and welcome to the second episode of my new SimCity 4 Let's Play series. In the last one I had just been starting some preliminary layouts for the industrial area on this larger island to the south, and I said I was going to kind of figure out how to create this intersection with this avenue. But I really couldn't figure it out. I made it try for too long, but I thought wasn't worth trying so much, so actually I've thought of a different thing I could do here, which is probably a lot simpler instead, which would be to use the turning lane extension pieces on the network add-on mod. So I guess all I'll have to do really is use the transition piece here. I generally give it 3 tiles of turn lane for general avenue and road intersections, unless they're like really major roadways. So it's going to do the same here. The last part will be to place the intersection piece. That one, yep. Honestly, I'm not sure how this is going to work, if at all, because this isn't technically a turning lane, even though it kind of matches up with it. You're not going to have cars queuing up here to turn left. Fortunately, there's no way to do that across the bridge in the game. So if anything, if it works, the cars will kind of teleport visually and then turn left, but hopefully it will still be like function properly at least. But in any case, I guess it's probably about time to start zoning. First, I'm going to lay out a street or two. I'm giving it a standard 6 tiles apart spacing. Isn't really necessary for an industrial zone because they can go a lot further out from the roadway. For residential or commercial, that's pretty ideal. Either 8 or 6 tiles, of course. But I'll just zone this area in though. I guess I don't think I'll make any bridges across this railway. I don't know. Well, I guess I might as well, though. That's when it's below grade for it. Don't have to make grade crossings or anything like that, so there's no elevated street network, so I'll just convert those 2 road intersections for the bridge. That one. So I just have to use the T intersection type piece so that it can have that intersection next to it. And the straight piece, the other side. Yeah, I thought I had a mod which should give this sidewalk to this tile here, if I have zoning next to it or not. Similar to this tile has sidewalk, but now it just doesn't, so it kind of looks awkward. So I'll actually use the T intersection piece that I used on the other side. Should just look a little bit nicer. And as with last episode, I can just drag a railway across that road intersection to get rid of it. And it won't need to be a T intersection piece at all. And I think I'll just reconvert this to street on this side of it, though. See how it looks, I guess. It doesn't even need to be a railway, I guess. I can just, the road at least, just drag a road across and demolish it. The avenue, it has to be railway, so it gets rid of the inside of the intersection. But I'll just try and reconnect these. So don't know. Looks a little weird in my opinion. It's just a road with a center line, and then it converts back to street, but oh well. Nothing too important, I guess. If I made a road on this, I'd have 2 more stoplights. I'm not sure I want that. I guess I might as well, though. It'll probably look nicer. There. Okay. So now I'm basically ready to zone this area. Quick save for a second. Of course, I'll need a power plant first, and this is going to be dirty and manufacturing industry. I won't need to worry about anything that's non-polluting, even if I did have those unlocked. And I might start with the oil power plant. I guess I'll put it on this side. Actually, though, I should like take care of this coastline first, to kind of make it more developed before I start placing that. So, yeah. And this used to be in the old version of the region, it was a light rail bridge. So I think what I'll do is like intentionally just leave it blank in this strip of land. So that would align pretty well here. It's actually worked out pretty well because there'll be cars having to turn left, and like they might be stopping on the railroad tracks or anything like that because they'll be turning left in this direction. It won't be any traffic conflict there. But anyway, just start zoning in this area to make sure not to put anything there, like I said. So yeah, basically what I was getting at was I want to put some kind of seawalls here, I guess. I'll just level this with road tiles. Alright. Make sure it's completely flat. Let's see, did I... Alright, okay, I put the neighbor connector piece there. It's taken care of. Yeah, so the thing about this is I can either be kind of, I don't know, take the easy route, I guess, with these seawalls, or they'll take up a tile along the coastline, or I can do the more involved process, I guess. Let's see. Using the other ones I have, that you actually need to use a cheat to get rid of the water in the city tile, and then you can place them. But I don't know, it's kind of difficult, I guess. Time consuming, maybe. I do have another tutorial video about that, by the way. It's called Seawalls with the Diagonal Bridge Enabler, which is like a different method I can use to build them. I think the seawalls I'm talking about are in this menu, though. Miscellaneous transportation. You can see this, or those other kind I'm talking about, or actual seaport type development, I guess. The problem with that is that it would need to be all the way down to sea level. This is kind of higher up. I don't really like these walls, honestly, though, for an industry. They look great in general, but with the trees in the park area or whatever, it isn't really appropriate for an industrial area at all. I don't know. Let's see, do I even have those walls in my plugins? Maybe I missed them, or maybe they're in a different menu. I thought there was something. I honestly don't remember at this point. So I might have taken them out of my plugins and I reinstalled the game, but I don't know. It would have been years ago. I'm pretty sure I have them still. Sometimes just modders just put lots like this in the menus they wouldn't seem to belong in, that are just random seemingly. But it's just to stop cluttering people's menus like parks or miscellaneous transportation. So it's just easier to find what you're looking for, I guess, if you know where to look, I guess. Like, because of course there's just hundreds of things in all these menus, it seems like. Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing what I'm looking for. I don't think it was in water transportation. I know what it's called. It's called JSC walls. I think version 2. Maybe in parks. Here they are, okay. So yeah. What I'd have to do is basically put it along this edge right here, which I can't do because it's water, partially water tiles. So I'd have to actually get rid of the water first. And before I decide that, I'm gonna zoom out and make sure. Let's take a look at the area around here, I guess. Because I might actually want to make it the seaport. This is the general area I want to make the seaport. Yeah, I guess this is a good place for me to start it out, you know. Have some seaport development along here. So I might actually not mess with the seawalls, and I'll just lower the terrain down. Start my seaport right there. Okay. I need the leveler lot first. There it is, yep. And as you can see, what that does is bring the terrain down to sea level. Makes it easier to put these seaport lots in. So something that might be a little bit difficult is just connecting it to the street, I guess. I mean, of course, it's a lot lower than this main avenue, so I wouldn't really be able to kind of have it directly fronting the avenue as for its road access. I'd have to put another street down at that level next to it. I'm not even sure, honestly, if I have enough space for that, because I have 3 tiles total to put these here. I think that might take exactly 3 tiles for the lots. And not to mention, like, it's kind of a tight area in the first place. No. Like I had said a while ago, I don't want traffic queuing up here across the railway once that's built. So I might actually use this intersection, make it a 4-way intersection, and kind of just slope it down in that direction. So I'm actually going to have to make this back at the normal level again, for part of it. Kind of like that. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I'd be right about there, actually. And then I'm going to slope down like that. Okay. messed up. Afraid of that. Basically, I need to make sure it's completely flat, I guess, first. Might be a little bit tricky, though, because I'm going to have to kind of start the slope right around where that... I'm going to make a small-sized smoothed curve, 90 degrees. So, I'm just going to have this, I'm going to have that, and best to do it this way, I think. Now when I drag out from here, it should kind of complete that curve I'm trying to get. I'm going to kind of re-level the terrain first, though, so it works at the right slope, hopefully. Alright, now, that seemed to work out alright, that's good. Okay. But the problem is I don't really have to be able to have any seaports here anyway, because it's still the sloped part, I guess. So, the actual seaports will have to start in the next tile over. And besides that, I kind of would rather have this be a road also. So there's like a stoplight getting into the actual port area, which kind of makes more sense. And so I can have this neighbor connection to the next tile, of course I need that. So I can put the smooth curve 90-degree road intersection, or puzzle piece. I don't know. Last time I checked, I was pretty sure there was no like way to actually make this without plopping a puzzle piece like I just did. Like a lot of the other curves, you can kind of drag something out, like 90-degree curve like this, I think. It will turn into what you want, like that. I don't know about the smooth 2x2 tile one. I guess I'd have to check the network add-on mod manual again, because it would be better to have kind of sidewalks and grass, and not those trees there. But anyway, I guess for now I'm just going to place some retaining walls on the between the road and the avenue. Okay. So I'm not really getting any closer as far as like, how do I, fill this in somehow, make it look nice. It's usually a challenge, I guess, when you have like a slope down here like this. I'm just gonna mess around with these other seawalls, though. So, what I might do, might look okay if I level this too. Oh, use road. Don't mess my slope up. Okay, good. Alright, yeah, and just use these retaining walls. That might look better than nothing, I guess, even though it looks kind of weird when you get under the water, if you look closely. At least they can go down the slope. I get that's something. This would look better if it was a little pushed slope back a little bit. That. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this piece again. So sea level. And make that slope kind of uniform where it's located. Okay. That looks a little better. I'm gonna do more with this later, I guess, when I've built the actual rail line. But for now, I'm just gonna fill this with a strip of trees. Okay. Let's complete this first. But yeah, I'm gonna flatten this completely, and then I can zone this area in too. It's not gonna need any more streets for zones to develop. Alright. So, getting some industrial zoning taken care of. Like I said, kind of a while ago, I guess. I'm gonna put an oil plant, power plant here. I put it right here. And then I'm going to just make this look a little neater with, first I'm gonna use some diagonal fillers. And I want the ones that are part sidewalk and half look more browner looking grass. So it looks like a well-watered lawn or anything. Sturdy industrial zone. And I can just fill a little bit of it in with the tree lots again. And I guess what I'll do... I was thinking of making like a parking lot or 2 parking lots here. I think I'll fill this one as... and I'll just put more industrial zoning right here though. Just for realism, then I'll put a small parking lot here. I mean, it's not like it will accomplish anything in the game, but probably want to have that for an actual power plant at least. Probably a much larger one actually. At least all this small asphalt parking lot right here. There. Alright, so that takes care of that, I guess. So, now I have power for my industrial zone. Good start. And, for financial reasons, I'm not going to mess with putting water lines or anything in yet. Because I can just do that easily later. Once there's more demand, I guess. Not to mention if I put a water pump in the industrial area, it'll probably get pretty polluted and shut down. So I guess what I'm going to do right now is zone a little bit that's left here. I guess I'm ready to start time. Alright. One thing I want to remember to change is building style. I guess I'll set it to I don't know. Because lately I've been feeling like building the old American style type building styles in the game. So I think I might base my city off that for foreseeable future. Maybe transition to modern as it gets older. Not that it doesn't really matter for industrial zone. It really doesn't affect the buildings here. But assuming something happened like where they happen to develop some residential commercial, it would make a difference. Yeah. So I'm not making any taxmen yet. Nothing's even completed, of course. Well, there's a small start of my industrial zone. Looks like I've had that demand burnout for dirty industry. So the thing I need to do now is either zone some agricultural industry somewhere, or start zoning residential and some commercial too. And actually plan, unlike the old version of the region where just a lot of suburban sprawl all across, it's everywhere outside of the main island, I guess. I'm actually going to want to just have the city confined to here like before, but instead of a lot of suburbs here, I'm going to try and just make it natural areas, forests, and interspersed with farmland there. So I'll eventually put my agricultural zones. Fortunately, right now they're kind of disconnected from where I've already zoned, so there wouldn't necessarily be like a lot of interaction, I guess, if I started zoning agricultural, so I'm going to put that off till later. So, like I've said, this is supposed to be the main industrial island. I could probably start zoning here, though, with residential or commercial. So, yeah, I guess I'll just... First I'll have to take care of the main roadways, connecting that up. So, as with the other side of the neighbor connection, I'm gonna bring this down to sea level with these leveler lots. Mainly because this road is at sea level on the other side of the tile. So I'll level it completely like that. I'll have to check on this on the other side in a minute, because I think like the water is like right about to here, maybe. Yeah, I think so. So I'm gonna have to like fix it up a little bit, I guess. And I guess I might as well just start putting these retaining walls here. Continue it later, though. For right now, I'm just trying to extend the transportation networks. So and with the way the network widening mod works, what's I mean, on the other side it's 5-lane turn-in-lane avenue, and it's just 2 roads technically, so I need to place the override starter piece on this side too. That will turn to the right thing, like that. get rid of that now. For the last one, just need to put that piece there too for the neighbor connection to work. So as with the other side. And I know this was definitely 8 meters down, this railway on the other side. And by the way, like, I know there's a reconcile edges option for when you load the city, but the reason I don't use that usually is it just seems to mess up like neighbor connections for transportation. Like, a lot of them get destroyed a lot of the time. Besides that, it will mess up if you have like a new region that you made with or imported with SC4 Terraformer like I did. So just level this out and put this back how it was, I guess. So just get that started for now, I suppose. And I guess same as with the other part though. I'm gonna start putting those retaining walls just like on the other side. This I'll just do the same thing as with the other avenue. It's based on the road network. I can place the 7-lane turn-in lane avenue starter piece there and drag out from that. Oops. And you need another neighbor connector piece as before. By the way, you don't need to use these neighbor connected pieces. I mean, there aren't any for the single tile network widening mod networks, which I haven't used so far, but all the dual and triple tile ones need that. So this should work just fine and stuff. So like I said, this is all supposed to be seaport, basically. And I was planning to start developing residential and commercial on this island. So the problem is, of course, it's kind of far away from where my industrial zone is right now. So I think what I might do is first just level this a little bit. And I'll just extend this roadway and kind of curve it to follow the coastline loosely, I guess. I think something else I'm going to do with this avenue is, once I've got, I'm going to put seaports here and I'll be at sea level. So I'm going to actually, instead of like making a road that's lower down by the coastline for the seaport access, I might actually put, make the avenue itself go down to that level. kind of makes sense to me, I guess, because it's a higher capacity roadway. It has a center turn lane, so there's probably going to be a lot of like intersections where freight trucks will be turning in and out there. So I'll just start that here. So I guess something I wanted to figure out that I hadn't looked into yet on the other side here is how far into the coastline do these actual seaport lots need to extend. So I think it was like 3 or 2 tiles maybe. See if I can get away with 2. This, I think. No, it's not gonna let me do that. It's basically gonna be like that, I guess. Which means I'll have 3 tiles right here for the actual lot. I'll need to get 2 more down to the sea level so I can build this avenue. So I'm just gonna drag some road just to level it out, and then I'll demolish that. I don't even need to demolish these other 2 because it'll just become the avenue once I've dragged it out more. I think I'll just make the slope like start about here, I guess. I think it kind of messed something up slightly when I did that. The slope. So I have to make sure this is like absolutely perfectly level again. Because if it's not, like, it will mess up when I place the seaports. That can be hard to fix. So I'm gonna make this stronger, put even more road tiles here, I guess, so it can't bring their elevation up or down when I drag this. What else? Something else I want to do is kind of extend this out a little bit, like maybe this much. And that's so the slope is the actual slope is displaced a little bit further inland. Like that, yeah. Seems about right. So I need to actually drag the avenue like that. And can I drag a 90-degree curve here? Let's see. It looks like I can. I don't know. I mean, the network right in mind allows this to be done, but I don't really think it's like a good. It's kind of too sharp of a turn, in my opinion, at least for this. Like, this semi trucks will all be turning around that corner. I don't know. So just kind of make it smooth out a little bit, make it into 2 45-degree curves, though. So I'm actually going to need to kind of redo this and level a bit more. Alright, that's what I wanted. Okay. It's actually gonna get rid of more of this so I can have it be leveled more. I guess instead of railway I might be able... well, I could use street I guess, but maybe I should use rails though. I think that would make a more gradual slope. It doesn't try to make it into a tunnel. Okay, I guess that's fine. Okay, so now I can... yep, drag the avenue. I just need to click a few times and this whole thing will convert to the right kind of network. Like that. And so yeah, this will eventually have the seaport lots put along there. So, I guess eventually what I'll probably do, I'll just keep this avenue like following this kind of route I guess. This one will go kind of more or less straight in this direction. There'll be another one that's intersecting that way. Maybe, probably even a freeway actually, because there's going to be a very major bridge here. So yeah, that's probably where it will go in the future. I don't really want to just start dragging it out the entire way right now though, because I like to have little curves and variations in it. Kind of makes it more interesting, I guess. So that's just the general plan of where it's gonna, where these roads are gonna go in the future, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I stop the episode right about here though. So at least I took care of starting development in the region. There's a little bit of industry, and there's a power plant for the future development too. So I'll probably, hopefully, finish with these avenues and start the actual residential and commercial development here in the next episode. So hope to see you in next time, and thanks for watching.